Patrick C. Harrison III has brought us a lot of disgusting, vile reading material, but we've talked about 100% match. If you remember, if you don't, why am I speaking like this? Well, because I'm disgusted. I just want to get this over with. Welcome. This is Check That Book, a place where we get familiar with the most disturbing books ever written, and more often than not, they are disgusting and completely ruthless. Much like today, Grandpappy. Well, where should I begin? If you haven't already, make sure to check out my first video on Patrick's work, 100% match, which was disgusting. Why would I subject myself to another disgusting piece of work, you might ask, if I wasn't, fascinated with the 100% match? Why would I pick up anything else from this author? Well, this is actually a rather funny story because an acquaintance of mine mentioned to me, knowing that I host a YouTube channel connected to books, disturbing books to boot. She told me, "Have you ever read Grandpappy?" I'm like, "No, doesn't sound familiar. Who's the author?" Patrick the Third. You know the one, the splatterpunk writer. I told her, "Yeah, I know the one." Unfortunately, this one, Grandpappy, to me is closer to Stocko's Cows, if you remember me talking about that one. The links for both 100% match and Cows will be in the description, obviously, because why not? If you're interested in the splatterpunk subgenre in literature, then take a look at those two videos before taking a look at those two books. I mean it. This is not for everybody. And my acquaintance, she went like, "Oh, that's so vile. That's the most disgusting thing I ever read." Well, I told her, "Well, you obviously haven't read Salo, but okay." But yeah, I do agree that Patrick's works are disturbing and actually disgusting more than disturbing. So I took her word for it. And I went into this book because I need more content. I mean, I have my own list, but I'm always welcoming suggestions from subscribers as well. Sure, I mean, suggest your stuff. I write them down, and if I haven't read anything from these suggestions, I make sure to read them. No joke, I do. I mean, I find the time for that because I like it, I'm interested in it, but that's another subject for another time. My point is, this author does a great job at grossing you out. But then again, this is splatterpunk, right? This is the genre. What did you expect? That's kind of what I said to my acquaintance, but still, you can't be going into a book of that sort without reading the nota benes, without reading the disclaimers and all of that. I mean, books like that have those disclaimers. Be mindful. I mean, if you read 18 plus, I mean, you can have various ideas about what this book can actually be about, but usually extreme horror novels and splatterpunk books have a bit of a deeper disclaimer and sort of introduction to them. And people who don't read them, well, I mean, it's at your own risk. I mean, it's kind of your fault that you go into a book that blindly, having the information about it laid out before you. But then again, that's kind of my purpose here. I mean, This is the channel basically for that. I introduce you. It's a book trailer kind of thing, but it's in this format where I just yap about it for a wee bit and give you the general idea, hopefully without spoilers. So, yeah. Jesus Christ, Grandpappy. Well, where should I start? To me, Grandpappy is rather psychedelic, actually. I'm not sure that I even got the point. Seriously? This is. Oh, wow. This was discombobulating. That's the best word I can think of when I think of books such as The Marble Swarm or uh, Grandpappy right here, right now. So, well, let's get some things out of the way. This book is disturbing because it falls into that category of disturbing versus disgusting argument, right? It's sometimes difficult to get to the point of the story because you have to go through a lot of disgusting shit. Sure, I mean, my skin is rather thick, but to me, I mean, yeah, to an average reader who is not that into the disturbing or who just getting their, you know, who's just getting acquainted with the term and the genre, and for people who read disturbing literature to get scared, not having the proper stomach for it or experience, sure, this is going to be disgusting, and a lot of people will put the book away most likely because you can't just get past all of that gritty, disgusting display, and you can't just get past it. Maybe there is a point below somewhere, but it's difficult. I can see why a lot of people will misunderstand this book. Sometimes when you are a bit more experienced in this category of literature, then like me, dare I say, I mean, like I said, I've grown a thicker skin. So if you're like me, then you might just be slightly annoyed. That's what I'm trying to say. This was a bit annoying. Yeah, page after page, there's a lot of grotesque stuff. It's really unpleasant. No, I have a good imagination, so playing these scenes in my head, I can't help but play them because I'm reading the material, and I imagine things, and I can't stop it. And I don't want to continue because it's the same thing all over again. Reading Grandpappy to me was like watching Melancholy der Engel, if you know this film. I hope you don't. It's one of those disturbing films that actually cross the line of disturbing to disgusting, you know. And I didn't like that film, by the way. No, I didn't. I have a list of my favorite disturbing movies that actually have a point or some artistic value, in my not so humble opinion, and I have a list of films that I either misunderstood, but if I did, then it's because, again, too much of disgusting display, right? It's not necessary half the time. It's just gross for the sake of being gross. But if the author aimed at grossing you out, then well done, I guess. Okay, I said quite a bit about that already, but yes, the same thing goes for literature. And if there's a lot of unnecessary descriptions, like, yes, we get it. I mean, yes, the dick is cut off and fed to the dogs. Cool stuff, bravo. Next, I don't want those extra descriptions, because sometimes a page full is enough. I mean, people who read this stuff usually have good imagination as is. But, there's the big but. This style has its own place, I believe. It is meant to gross you out, but perhaps the main goal is to test your endurance. Maybe I don't want to just criticize. Oh my gosh, I'm actually kind of giving it a review now, and that's something I try not to do on this channel. I'm not reviewing, I'm introducing, but seriously, you might get conflicted reading this book. And it's difficult, seriously. It goes into the psychedelic category at some point, to me at least. So it's troublesome. It's troublesome to get the grasp of reality. What reality are we in? What's going on right now? Our main character, is he nuts? Or is he high on drugs or alcohol or whatnot? Towards the end, things get so absurd, much like with Cows by Stocko. I I kind of lost the point. But what's the fuss all about? Yes, there's a lot of disgusting display. I mean, I said the word disgusting, like, take a shot every time I say that word during this video. Grandpappy, okay? Okay. Like the name suggests, it's about a grandpa. And a not very nice one, I might say. The premise is quite simple. A young man is called upon his parents to watch his slowly dying grandfather at his home, whilst the parents take away on a holiday vacation. And I mean, the young man, I mean, he's an adult, all right, and the grandpappy is fuck knows how old. The old fuck is basically just tied to bed. I mean, because he's literally there's some intestinal cancer or something going on, and he's slowly withering away. But there's a nurse, even two nurses, that come in every day to clean him up and shit like that, and roll him over. Some duties are, some duties are laid upon our main character too, like, rolling the old fuck so that he won't get bed sores, and our main character doesn't want to do it. And he explains why. I mean, again, through this showcase of grotesque comparisons and disgusting descriptions, but yeah, we get it. Okay, but there's a deeper plot there. It turns out that Grandpappy here, the old fuck, used to do not very nice things to our main character. What kinds of things? Well, this is spoiler territory, and I ain't spoiling this book because frankly I don't want to talk about this too much. My recommendation would be, don't read this book. I mean, unless you want to get your limits tested. But again, where is the deeper meaning? Or any meaning? Actually, did you want to show us I mean, what do I, again, splatterpunk, right? Half of those books are just, grotesque for the sake of being grotesque. I understood the story, I just didn't get it. But then again, sometimes, you read a nice little disturbing horror book just to be scared and disgusted. And I don't know, maybe, again, your limits tested. So if you are going to read Grandpappy, then yeah, I mean, be prepared for basically it's like Cows mixed up with 100% Match with a dash of maybe Salo, maybe. No, Salo is not there. I mean, it's your average splatterpunk little piece of work, and I just don't want to continue talking about this. I'm actually quite looking forward to doing a response video on a booktube embarrassment tag. Kudos, Andy. Thank you for tagging me. Perhaps, I mean, I'm excited to do this, and I actually have some answers written down already. This is an interesting way to explore, actually, yourself, because I never thought of most of those questions you ask there, Andy. So thank you for challenging my mind. Appreciate that. So yeah, you guys can look forward to that video as well. What else could I promise? Yes, I promised one thing, and that thing is called live stream. I am petrified. I am actually petrified. I'm scared to do this. I'm not sure that I mean, on the technical part also, I have everything necessary, but I never even tried a test run, so but bear with me. A promise is a promise. Our channel is young. We will do this. But yes, there's quite a few things coming up here and there, so stay tuned, and yeah, let's wrap this up for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like disturbing content, consider giving this video a boost in the form of an erect thumb, and make sure to subscribe for more. Like I said, there will be more. Lots more. Take care, ladies and gents, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.